The hotel hallway smells like jasmine and lies. I turn the corner toward the bridal suite. Stop dead. Marcus has someone pressed against the wall. Her hand is in his hair. His mouth is on hers like he's drowning. The diamond on her finger catches the light. Not my ring. A different one. My stomach drops through the floor. I should scream, should throw something, should do literally anything except stand here frozen like an idiot. But my body won't move. Marcus pulls back, whispers something that makes her laugh. That's when he sees me. His face goes white. Sarah, who is she? The words come out flat, dead. The woman turns. She's older than me. Prettier, maybe. Definitely pregnant. I'm sorry, she says. Who are you? My laugh sounds insane. I'm his fiancé. We're getting married tomorrow. Her face crumbles. You're what? Marcus steps between us. This is a misunderstanding. A misunderstanding. I repeat it like I'm testing the word. You had your tongue in her mouth. That seems pretty clear to me. It's not what you think. His voice has that smooth quality, the one that usually works. Not tonight. And explain it. He opens his mouth, closes it, opens it again. Nothing comes out. The woman touches her stomach. Marcus, tell me she's lying. Who is she? I ask again. The silence stretches, bends, breaks. I'm his wife, the woman whispers. The floor tilts. His what? Her voice is stronger now. Lisa Chen. We got married 3 years ago. The hallway spins. I grab the wall to keep from falling. That's impossible, but even as I say it, pieces start clicking into place. The business trips that lasted too long. Phone calls he took in another room. The weekend in Seattle he said was for work. My chest gets tight. Sarah, listen to me. Marcus reaches for my arm. I jerk away. Don't touch me. Let me explain. Explain what? That you're married? That you're a liar. That everything was fake. Lisa makes a sound like a wounded animal. Everything was real to me. We stare at each other, two women who love the same lie. Marcus looks between us, calculating, always calculating. This isn't the place, he says. Tomorrow, after what? I cut him off. After the wedding? The wedding to your second wife? How does that work exactly? People are starting to peek out of rooms. The drama is too loud to ignore. Sarah. His voice drops, gets dangerous. You're making a scene. Good. The word tastes like freedom. I hope everyone hears. Lisa is crying now, full body sobs. I should hate her, should blame her, but she looks as destroyed as I feel. Marcus takes a step toward me. You're going to regret this. The only thing I regret is saying yes to you. I turn, walk away on legs that barely work. Behind me, Lisa's voice rises. You told me she was your sister. I don't stop walking. But let me back up. Let me tell you how I got here. How a girl who had everything figured out ended up in a hotel hallway watching her future explode. 6 months earlier, I met Marcus at a tech conference in San Francisco. I was there representing my father's company, Kim Digital Solutions. 30 years of work built into something real. Marcus gave a keynote about blockchain innovation. Confident, charming, the kind of guy who made eye contact and meant it. Sarah Kim, he found me at the networking mixer. Your father's company is legendary. You've heard of us? Everyone has. His smile could light up rooms. I've been trying to get a meeting with him for months. Red flag number 1. I missed it completely. We talked for hours. He had this way of listening that made you feel seen, important. Dinner? He asked when the event ended. I said yes without thinking. That dinner turned into breakfast. Breakfast turned into a weekend. Within a month, he was flying to Seattle twice a week to see me. Grand gestures, surprise flowers, texts that made me smile at my desk. My father was cautious. What do we know about this man? He's brilliant, Dad. He's building a supply chain platform that could revolutionize. Anyone can talk about revolution. My father set down his tea. Few people deliver. Give him a chance. Please. Eventually, Marcus came to Sunday dinner. He brought expensive wine, complimented my mother's cooking in Korean, asked intelligent questions about the business. My father thawed slightly. He seems acceptable, Dad said after Marcus left. High praise from a man who once rejected 3 of my sister's boyfriends in a single summer. Marcus started spending more time in Seattle. Sometimes he'd stay at my apartment for a week straight. "Don't you need to get back to San Francisco?" I asked one morning. "Remote work." He kissed my forehead. "One of the perks of being your own boss." Red flag number 2. His business was always almost ready to launch. Just needed one more round of funding, one more partnership, one more quarter of development. My father might invest, I mentioned casually. "If you're looking for capital." Something flashed in his eyes, too quick to identify. "I couldn't ask that of you." "You didn't ask. I'm offering." He proposed 2 weeks later. The ring was massive, oval-cut diamond, 2 cats minimum, the kind of ring that made strangers stop and stare. "I wanted something worthy of you," he said. I cried, said yes, called everyone I knew. My father insisted on a long engagement, to be sure. Marcus agreed immediately, too immediately. Red flag number 3. The wedding planning started. Marcus was involved in everything. Venue, guest list, budget. "My family will cover our half," he said. His half never materialized. There was always an excuse. Business setback, cash flow issue, international wire that got delayed. "Don't worry about it," I said. My father wrote check after check. The wedding grew more expensive. $80,000 for the venue, $30,000 for catering, $15,000 for flowers. "This is excessive," Dad said during one planning session. "It's our only daughter," my mother reminded him. "Let her have a beautiful day." Meanwhile, Marcus's business needed capital. My fi never broke from my dad to my dad for a reason. Marcus's invested $500,000. "We'll triple it with the lad." Marcus's invested. Everything seemed perfect. Too perfect. Red flag number 400. But I was in love, or thought I was. Hard to tell the difference when someone is actively lying to your face. Marcus started taking more business trips. Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles, sometimes for a week at a time. Building the network, he'd explain. Meeting with potential clients. His phone was always face down. Passcode protected. Trust issues, he joked when I mentioned it. "Just curious about your life." "My life is boring. You're the interesting one." Classic deflection. I didn't see it then. We had sex less frequently. He was tired, stressed. The business was demanding. After the wedding, he'd promise, "Everything will settle down." 2 months before the ceremony, I found a receipt in his jacket. Dinner for 2 in Seattle. The night he said he was in Portland. Meeting went long, he explained when I asked. Had to stay an extra night. For 2 people? Client brought his assistant. Smooth. Too smooth. Why the interrogation? I'm not interrogating. I'm asking. Same thing. We fought. First real fight. He apologized, brought flowers, made promises. I forgave him. What else was I going to do? The wedding was paid for. Invitations were sent. My dress was altered. You don't cancel a $200,000 wedding over a receipt. Except maybe you should. The incident started small. A woman's earring in his car. From the dealership detailing. They're always leaving stuff. A charge on our joint account for baby supplies. Corporate gift. Client just had twins. A hotel key card in his wallet. From last month's conference. Forgot to throw it out. Every explanation was reasonable, believable. Except When you lined them all up, the pattern got oblique. I started paying attention, really paying attention. Marcus would leave my apartment at odd hours, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., insomnia, going for a drive. Who drives at 3 in the morning? Liars. That's who. His phone rang constantly. He'd step outside to answer, come back with apologies, work emergency, client crisis, investor call, always something, never nothing. One Tuesday, I decided to follow him. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed either. He said he had a meeting in Bellevue, left my place at noon. I waited 5 minutes, then got in my car. He didn't go to Bellevue. He went to a residential neighborhood in Queen Anne, parked in front of a blue Craftsman house, used a key to go inside, like he lived there. I sat in my car for 2 hours, hands shaking, mind racing. He came out carrying a briefcase, got in his car, drove away. I wanted to knock on that door, confront whoever was inside, but I was scared of what I'd find, of what it meant. Instead, I wrote down the address, went home, pretended everything was fine. That night, Marcus acted completely normal. "How was your day?" he asked. "Fine. Yours?" "Productive meeting. Think we secured another investor." The lie sat between us. Invisible. Toxic. "We're in Bellevue." His pause was microscopic. "Downtown. Near the mall." "Which building? Why do you care?" Not aggressive, just curious, making conversation. "Lincoln Plaza." He didn't miss a beat. "Boring glass tower. Terrible coffee." I looked it up later. Lincoln Plaza existed, had office space, but I knew he'd never been there. 2 weeks later, I was in his car, looking for my sunglasses, found the folder under the passenger seat, legal documents, birth certificate for a child named Emma Chen, born 18 months ago, mother Lisa Chen, father Marcus Chen. My hands went numb. I photographed every page, put everything back exactly as I found it, said nothing. That night, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't think. Marcus noticed. "You feeling okay?" Headache. He got me aspirin, rubbed my shoulders, played the caring fiancé. I wanted to scream, to hit him, to demand answers. Instead, I swallowed the aspirin, let him touch me, started planning. The next day, I called a private investigator, recommended by a lawyer friend who asked no questions. "I need information on someone." "Your fiancé?" The investigator's voice was kind. Always is. I gave him Marcus's details, the Queen Anne address, photos, everything. "How fast can you work?" "Depends what you need." "Everything. And I need it in 3 weeks. Weddings in a month?" "Yes." "Jesus," he sighed. "Okay, I'll prioritize it. Cost isn't an issue." Famous last words. But he took the job. I went through the motions, final dress fitting, cake tasting, seating arrangements. My mother was radiant. My baby's getting married. My father was writing checks, lots of them. Marcus was charming everyone, playing the perfect future son-in-law, and I was dying inside. Bit by bit, day by day, the investigator called on a Thursday. "You're going to want to sit down for this." I was already sitting. "Tell me." Marcus Chen isn't who he says he is. His business doesn't exist. His investors made up. His address? He rents an apartment downtown but spends most nights in Queen Anne with Lisa. You knew? I found documents. A birth certificate. There's more. Papers rustled. He's been married to Lisa for 3 years. They have a daughter, Emma, 16 months old. The room tilted. He's married? Legally, in California, never divorced. So our marriage would be bigamy, illegal, invalid. I couldn't breathe. The business your father invested in, that $500,000, went into Marcus's personal accounts. He's been using it to fund both households. You and Lisa, both households. He told Lisa you were his business partner, that he had to spend time in Seattle for work. She believed him completely. She doesn't know about me, not until recently. I think she's starting to suspect, but she's pregnant again, due in 4 months. The investigator kept talking. Details about Marcus's real background, the string of failed businesses, the debt, the pattern. I stopped listening. My fiancé was already married, already a father, already a fraud, and I had a decision to make. The rehearsal dinner was tomorrow, the wedding in 2 days. I sat on my bathroom floor with the investigator's report, 40 pages of proof, marriage certificate from San Francisco, Lisa and Marcus Chin, 3 years ago. Bank statements showing the $500,000 deposit, then transfers, rent payments for 2 addresses, mortgage for the Queen Anne house, baby supplies, daycare costs, my father's money, funding Marcus's double life, photos of Marcus with Lisa, at a park with their daughter, at a grocery store, at a restaurant, looking exactly like he looked with me, happy, in love, committed, except it was all a lie. Both relationships, built on fraud. I called my best friend Rachel at 2 a.m. Sarah, what's wrong? Marcus is married. Silence. Then what? I told her everything. The documents, the investigator, the other wife. Oh my God. Rachel's voice shook. Oh my God, Sarah, I don't know what to do. You canceled the wedding, obviously. And tell everyone what? That I'm an idiot? That I didn't see the signs? You tell them he's a fraud. Because he is. My dad invested $500,000 because I vouched for Marcus. Because I brought him into our family. That's not your fault. It feels like my fault. Rachel was quiet for a moment. What do you want to do? That was the question, wasn't it? I could cancel, walk away, let Marcus disappear into whatever life he'd built next. Or, I want him to hurt, I said, the way he hurt me, the way he hurt Lisa. Sarah, he made me look like a fool. He took my father's money. He played both of us. So expose him. Call the police. I will, but not yet. What are you planning? The idea was forming. Terrible. Perfect. I'm going to let the wedding happen. Are you insane? I'm going to invite Lisa. Make sure she knows everything. Time it perfectly. Sarah, that's... What? Cruel. He's the one committing bigamy. He's the one who stole from my family. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Maybe not, but they make me feel better. I spent Friday putting everything in place. First, I called Lisa. Direct. No games. This is Sarah Kim. I think we need to talk. Her voice was small. About Marcus, about our husband. Yes, we met at a coffee shop, neutral territory. Lisa was younger than I thought, 26, tired, visibly pregnant. He told me you were his business partner, she said. That he was helping you set up Seattle operations. He told me you didn't exist. When's your wedding? Sunday. When did you get married? 3 years ago. Small ceremony. His family couldn't come. He said they were traditional. Didn't approve of him marrying a white girl. I almost laughed. He told me his family was dead. Her face crumpled. Everything was a lie. Not everything. His debt is real. His fraud is real. What are you going to do? I showed her the report. All of it. She read in silence, tears streaming down her face. I'm 5 months pregnant, she whispered. We have a toddler. I quit my job because he said the business was taking off. He used my father's investment to pay for everything. I didn't know. Lisa grabbed my hand. I swear, I didn't know. I believe you. We're both victims. What now? I told her my plan, watched her face change from shock to understanding to something darker. You want me to show up at your wedding. I want everyone to see what he is. My family, his business partners, the 200 guests. That's insane. Probably. Will you do it? She was quiet for a long time, hand on her stomach, eyes distant. He took everything from me, she finally said. My trust, my career, my future. He took everything from both of us. When do I arrive? During the vows, right when the officiant asks if anyone objects. Lisa smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. I've always wanted to do that. We spent the next 2 days coordinating. I contacted the police. Explained the situation. They agreed to be present. Bigamy is a felony, the detective said. We'll need both marriage certificates. And we'll need him to attempt the second ceremony. You'll have everything. I also called my father, told him everything in his office. He listened without interrupting, face getting harder with each word. This is my fault, he said when I finished. I should have investigated more thoroughly. It's not your fault. He's a professional con artist. What are you planning? I told him. My father's smile was sharp. He humiliated our family. He deserves to be humiliated. Will you still come to the wedding? I wouldn't miss it for anything. The rehearsal dinner happened Friday night. Marcus was in rare form, charming, funny, giving a speech about love and commitment. I smiled through all of it. Played the happy bride. Inside, I was counting down, hours until justice. That night, Marcus tried to kiss me goodnight. I turned my face. Bad luck before the wedding. We've already broken every other rule. Humor me. He left. Went wherever he was really going. I pulled out my phone, texted Lisa. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Don't be late. She responded immediately. I'll be there. I couldn't sleep. Lay in bed imagining different scenarios. Marcus running. Marcus lying. Marcus somehow talking his way out of it. But mostly I imagined his face when he realized what was happening, that everything was falling apart, just like he'd made my world fall apart. The morning of the wedding, my mother helped me into my dress. You look beautiful, Sarah. Thanks, Mom. Are you happy? I met her eyes in the mirror. I'm exactly where I need to be. Not an answer, but she didn't press. At 2:45 p.m., I was ready. Hair perfect, makeup flawless, dress stunning. My father took my arm. Last chance to run. I'm not running. He is. We walked toward the ceremony. 200 guests, string quartet. Perfect Seattle weather. Marcus stood at the altar, smiling, confident. He had no idea what was coming. The previous 3 weeks had been the longest performance of my life. Every smile, every kiss, every I love you, all lies. Just like his. After meeting Lisa, I'd spent 72 hours putting pieces in place. First up, my father's lawyer. Corporate attorney, sharp, discreet. I need to document fraud, bigamy, theft. He didn't blink. Walk me through it. I showed him everything, bank records, marriage certificates, the investigator's report, your father's investment, gone. Used to fund his double life, recoverable through criminal proceedings, civil suit, both. I want him destroyed. The lawyer leaned back. Legally destroyed or financially destroyed, both. Then you'll need to let him commit the crime. Attempted bigamy. On record, with witnesses. The wedding. Exactly. He signs the marriage license. Participates in the ceremony. That's attempted bigamy. Felony. 3 to 5 years. What about the money? Criminal restitution. Plus civil damages. Emotional distress. Fraud. We'll bury him. How long? To recover the funds? 6 months to a year. To see him convicted? 12 to 18 months. I can wait. Second stop. Detective Maria Santos with Seattle PD. I'd called ahead. Explained the basics. Bigamy cases are tricky, she said in her office. Burden of proof is high. I have proof. I spread out the documents. She studied them. Methodical. Thorough. California marriage. Attempting Washington marriage, that's clear jurisdiction. Will you arrest him at the ceremony? That's unconventional. He's planning to flee after the wedding. His passport is current. He bought tickets to Mexico. I handed her printed confirmations. Marcus's email, one-way tickets for Monday morning. Her eyes narrowed. How did you get this? I have access to his accounts as his fiancé. That's borderline illegal. So is bigamy. She smiled. Thin, professional. We'll have officers present. Plainclothes. When the first wife objects, we'll move in. The first wife will be there. She's cooperating? Enthusiastically. Hell hath no fury, Detective Santos muttered. Okay. Give me the venue details. Timeline. We'll coordinate. Third stop. Lisa's house in Queen Anne. She answered the door with Emma on her hip. Toddler with Marcus's eyes. Come in. The house was nice, comfortable, decorated with photos of Marcus and Lisa, their family, the family he'd funded with my father's money. Coffee? Lisa offered. Please. We sat in her kitchen. Emma played with blocks on the floor. I keep thinking I should have known, Lisa said. Should have seen signs. I saw signs, explained them all away. He was so careful. The trips were regular, never unexpected. He'd call every night. He probably called you right after calling me. Lisa's laugh was bitter. Probably. Are you scared of Sunday? Terrified. She touched her stomach, but also relieved, like finally someone else sees him, really sees him. Everyone will see him. What if he runs? Before the ceremony? He won't. He thinks he's winning. That he got away with everything. Narcissists always do, Lisa said. My therapist explained it. They genuinely believe they're smarter than everyone else. Is that what your therapist called him? A narcissist? Sociopath, actually. Lack of empathy. Pathological lying. Parasitic lifestyle. The clinical terms made it real, not just a bad boyfriend. A predator. Does Emma know him? I asked. As daddy? Yeah. He's here 3 nights a week, sometimes 4. He's good with her. That's the worst part. Knowing he's capable of genuine emotion. Just not for us. Lisa met my eyes. He loves himself. That's it. We were props in his story. Not anymore. We spent the next hour rehearsing. Lisa would arrive at 3 p.m. Sit in the back. Wait for the objection moment. Any person who can show just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, let them now speak, or else forever hold their peace. That line, that moment. I'll stand, Lisa said. Keep it simple. I object. I'm his wife. Security will try to remove you. That's when the police intervene? Exactly. Detective Santos will have officers positioned. They'll take over. And Marcus gets arrested in front of everyone. Good. Lisa's voice was hard. I want good. I want his parents to see. His friends, everyone who thought he was successful. His parents know. They're part of it. Her face went white. What? The investigator dug deeper. His mother wired him money. $50,000 last year. Labeled business investment. They knew he was married to me. They knew. And they helped him court me anyway. For access to my father's money. Lisa couldn't finish. The betrayal was too big. Conspiracy to commit fraud. They're liable too. Will they be arrested? Civil proceedings. We'll sue them for everything. Lisa stood, paced. Emma watched with wide eyes. I need to do this, Lisa said. Not just for me, for Emma, for this baby. So they know their father isn't a hero. He's a criminal. Yeah, he is. 4th stop, the venue. The Fairmont Olympic Hotel. I met with the event coordinator, Patricia, mid-50s. Wedding veteran. I need to make some unusual arrangements. I said, how unusual? There's going to be an objection during the ceremony and an arrest. Patricia's eyebrows shot up. I'm sorry? I explained, briefly, clinically. Her expression cycled through shock, anger, sympathy. You're still having the ceremony, knowing all this. He deserves a public reckoning. She paused. Actually, I get it. Last year, we had a bride catch her groom with a bridesmaid. She made him get to the altar before she announced it. What happened? Guests loved it. Best wedding they'd attended. This will be better. Patricia smiled. I'll make sure cameras are rolling. For evidence purposes. Of course, evidence. 5th stop. My parents. They needed to know everything. Before Sunday, I found them in the living room. Saturday evening, day before the wedding. We need to talk. My mother's face fell. You're canceling. Not exactly. I told them everything. From the beginning. The investigation. Lisa. The police. My father sat stone-faced. My mother cried. That bastard, Dad said. I'll kill him. No, you'll watch him get arrested. Sarah, this is too much, my mother said. Cancel the wedding. Walk away. He stole from us. From me. From Lisa. He doesn't get to walk away. What if it goes wrong? It won't. I've planned everything. My father studied me. You're sure about this? Completely. Then we support you. He took my mother's hand. This family stands together. Even when people think we're crazy, especially then. That night, I laid out my wedding dress, checked every detail, texted Lisa, ready? Her response, born ready. Texted Detective Santos, all set? Her response, officers in position. See you at 3. Texted my lawyer, documentation ready? His response, everything filed. Reporters will be outside. Reporters, public interest, fraud, bigamy. It's news. I hadn't thought about that, the publicity, but maybe that was fitting. Marcus had wanted attention, success, recognition. He was going to get all 3, just not the way he expected. I set my alarm for 7 a.m., tried to sleep, failed completely. Lay in bed, imagining tomorrow, every possible outcome. But mostly I imagined his face when he realized that he hadn't won, that we had. Sunday, 2:47 p.m. I stood in the bridal suite, dress on, makeup perfect. My phone buzzed. Lisa, pulling up now. Then, walking in, back row, like we planned. My heart hammered against my ribs. Rachel touched my arm. Last chance. We can still leave. I'm not leaving. Sarah, he doesn't get to win. Not today. Downstairs, the ceremony was starting. Guests seated, string quartet playing. Marcus stood at the altar. Charming smile. Perfect suit. No idea his life was about to explode. My father appeared in the doorway. Ready? More than ready. We walked downstairs, through the corridor, toward the ballroom. The music changed. Canon in D. My cue. The doors opened. 200 faces turned toward me. Marcus's expression was pure joy, relieved, triumphant. He actually thought he'd gotten away with it. I walked down the aisle, steady steps, eyes forward. In the back row, Lisa sat perfectly still, hand on her pregnant belly. Our eyes met. She nodded once. I reached the altar. My father placed my hand in Marcus's. Who gives this woman to be married? The officiant asked. Her mother and I do. Dad's voice was hard. He stepped back, sat down. Marcus squeezed my hand, whispered, You look incredible. I said nothing. The officiant began. Standard ceremony, love, commitment, partnership. Every word felt like glass in my throat. Marriage is not to be entered into lightly. The officiant continued, but reverently, deliberately, and in accordance with the purposes for which it was instituted. Marcus was smiling, relaxed, confident. I watched him, memorized this moment. The last time he'd feel safe. If any person can show just cause why they may not lawfully be joined together, the officiant said, let them now speak or else forever hold their peace. Silence. 1 second, 2, 3. Then Lisa stood. I object. The room froze. Marcus's head whipped around. His face went white. I object, Lisa repeated, voice louder. Stronger. He's already married. To me. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Marcus recovered fast. This is insane. Security. Lisa Chen. Lisa continued. We've been married 3 years. We have a daughter. I'm pregnant with our second child. The room exploded. Voices, confusion, shock. Marcus turned to me. Sarah, I don't know who this woman is. Don't. My voice cut through the chaos. Don't lie. Not now. She's crazy. Some kind of stalker. I pulled my hand free, reached into my bouquet, pulled out folded papers. This is your marriage certificate, San Francisco, 3 years ago. I held it up. Let everyone see. This is your daughter's birth certificate. Emma Chen. Mother, Lisa Chen. Father, Marcus Chen. More papers. The crowd pressed forward. This is my father's bank statement showing the $500,000 investment in your business. Marcus's mask was slipping. We can explain. And these are your bank records showing that money went directly into your personal accounts to fund both households, mine and Lisa's. The officiant stepped back. I cannot perform this ceremony. Good, I said, because it would be illegal anyway. Detective Santos appeared, 3 uniformed officers behind her. Marcus Chen, he looked like a trapped animal, eyes darting, calculating escape routes. Yes, you're under arrest for attempted bigamy, fraud, and theft. This is a mistake. You have the right to remain silent. Marcus lunged. Not at the police. At me. You bitch. You set me up. 2 officers grabbed him, pulled him back. You ruined everything, Marcus was screaming now. We could have had it all. We? I laughed. There was no we. Just your con. They handcuffed him, read his rights. The ballroom was in chaos, guests on their feet, phones out, recording everything. My mother was crying, my father was granite-faced. Lisa was at the front now, standing next to me. Everything okay? I asked her. Perfect. Her smile was genuine. Thank you for being brave enough to show up. Marcus was still yelling as they led him away. Sarah, Lisa, please, let me explain. Neither of us looked back. Detective Santos approached. We'll need formal statements, both of you. Tomorrow, I said. Today we celebrate. Celebrate? His arrest. I turned to the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, the wedding is canceled, but the reception is fully paid for. Please enjoy the food and drinks on my father and on Marcus Chen's fraud. Shocked laughter. Consider this a different kind of party, I continued. The kind where justice is served instead of wedding cake. Someone started clapping, then another person, then the whole room. My father approached, hugged me tight. I'm proud of you. Even though I humiliated the family, you exposed a criminal. That's not humiliation. That's courage. The reception turned into something surreal. Guests mingling, drinking, discussing what they just witnessed. Lisa and I sat together, two women who'd loved the same lie. What now? She asked. Now we testify. Get him convicted. Get your money back. I don't care about money. You should. You have 2 kids. You deserve compensation. She touched my hand. I'm sorry for what he did to you. I'm sorry he did it to both of us. Rachel brought us champagne. To freedom, to revenge. I corrected. We toasted. 3 women, different stories, same ending. My wedding dress cost $8,000. I'd never wear it again. But watching Marcus get led away in handcuffs, worth every penny. The story hit the news by Monday morning. Seattle bride exposes bigamist groom at altar. Photos of Marcus being arrested in his wedding suit, handcuffed. The humiliation was national. My phone exploded. Messages, calls, interview requests. I ignored them all. The legal proceedings moved fast. Marcus tried to post bail. Judge denied it. Flight risk. Evidence of planning to flee to Mexico. He stayed in jail awaiting trial. His parents hired expensive lawyers. Tried to distance themselves. My father's lawyer buried them in civil suits. Conspiracy to commit fraud. Aiding and abetting. They settled within 3 months, paid back the $500,000 plus damages, plus legal fees, total recovery $1.20 million. My father split it with Lisa, 50-50. She needs it more, he said. She has 2 children. You're a good man, Dad. I'm a man who failed to protect his daughter. You protected me the only way that mattered. You believed me. The criminal trial was 8 months later. Marcus pleaded guilty, avoided trial, minimized publicity. His lawyer tried for probation. The judge gave him 3 years, ordered restitution, permanent record. Mr. Chen, the judge said at sentencing, you are a predator. You targeted these women systematically. You stole their trust, their money, their futures. Marcus stood silent. No more charm, no more confidence, just a small man in an orange jumpsuit. You showed no remorse, no empathy, no indication you understand the damage you caused. The judge looked at Lisa and me, sitting side by side. These women are survivors. They turned your crime into justice. That takes extraordinary courage. She brought down the gavel. Marcus was led away. He didn't look back. Lisa and I walked out together. Press waiting outside. How does it feel? A reporter shouted. Like closure, Lisa said. Any message for other women? Trust your instincts, I said. If something feels wrong, investigate. You're not crazy. You're not paranoid. Would you do anything differently? Not a single thing. 6 months after the sentencing, I got coffee with Lisa. Emma was in preschool. The new baby, another girl, was sleeping in her stroller. How are you? I asked. Good. Better. Therapy helps. Me too. Twice a week. Do you think about him? Sometimes. Usually with anger. Sometimes with relief. Relief? That I found out before the wedding became real. Before we had kids. Before I was legally tied to him. Lisa was quiet. I have kids. With him. I didn't mean. No, you're right. I'm stuck with him forever. Every custody exchange. Every birthday. Every milestone. How does that work? With him in prison? He has no rights currently. Incarcerated parents lose custody. But when he gets out, that's 2 years away. 26 months. Lisa smiled. Not that I'm counting. We laughed. Dark humor. Survivor's humor. I met someone, Lisa said suddenly, at a support group. Another woman whose ex was arrested for fraud. That's great. Is it too soon? Emma's not even 3. The baby is 6 months. There's no timeline for moving on. You deserve happiness. So do you. Are you dating? God, no. I sipped my coffee. I can't imagine trusting someone right now. Me neither. But maybe someday, we sat in comfortable silence. 2 women who've been strangers, now bonded by trauma, by survival, I victory. My phone buzzed. Text from Rachel. Drinks tonight. I have news. I showed Lisa. Want to come? Meet my friends? Really? Really? You're not Marcus's victim anymore. You're my friend. Her eyes got wet. I'd love that. That night, 6 of us gathered. My friends. Lisa. Her new support group friend Kelly. We drank. We laughed. We told our stories. I loved my dad, but you knew you were... Confronted him in front of his boss. I found my ex's other phone, Kelly added. 2 different families, 3 different states. Jesus, I said. How long? 7 years. Before I figured it out. We clinked glasses. To survival. To justice. To each other. At midnight, walking to my car, I felt something unexpected. Peace. Not happiness. Not forgetting. But peace. Marcus was in prison. The money was recovered. Lisa was rebuilding. And I was free. Free from lies. From manipulation. From performing happiness. Free to be angry. To be sad. To be healing. My therapist says trauma doesn't disappear. It transforms. Becomes part of your story. But not the whole story. Marcus is a chapter. An important one. A painful one. But not the ending. I'm writing that myself now. Some people think revenge is toxic. That I should have walked away quietly. Let the legal system handle it privately. But those people weren't betrayed. Weren't defrauded. Weren't lied to by someone who promised forever. The wedding confrontation wasn't revenge. It was truth. Public. Undeniable. Witnessed. Marcus built his con on secrecy. On separate stories. On lies that couldn't survive scrutiny. I gave him scrutiny in front of everyone who mattered. And I'd do it again. Not because I'm cruel, but because silence protects predators. Shame protects predators. Politeness protects predators. Marcus counted on that. On me being too embarrassed to expose him, he counted wrong. 2 years later, I got a letter, prison return address, Marcus's handwriting. I almost threw it away. Didn't need his apology. Didn't want his excuses. But curiosity won. The letter was short. Sarah, you were right about everything. I'm getting help here. Therapy. Understanding what I did. Why I did it. No excuses. Just trying to be better. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. For all of it. Marcus. I read it twice. Felt nothing. Not anger. Not satisfaction. Just nothing. He was becoming a person who understood his damage. Good for him. But I was already a person who'd moved past it. I threw the letter away. Went to dinner with friends. Lived my life. 3 years after the wedding that never was, my father's company landed a major contract. $5 million deal. The biggest in company history. This is what we would have lost, Dad said at the celebration dinner, if Marcus had succeeded. He would have destroyed everything, but he didn't, because you stopped him. We stopped him, all of us. My mother raised her glass. To Sarah, the bravest daughter in the world. To family, I corrected. To the people who believe you when everything seems insane. We toasted. A family that survived. That fought back. That won. Last year, I ran into Marcus's mother at a grocery store. She saw me, looked away, tried to leave. Mrs. Chen, I called. She stopped, turned. I want you to know, I said. Your son didn't ruin me. He taught me how strong I am. Sarah, I'm not angry anymore, but I hope you think about what you enabled, what you cost your grandchildren. I walked away. Didn't need her response, didn't need closure from her. Had already made my own. The therapy helped, the time helped, the community of survivors helped, but mostly, What helped was knowing I chose strength over silence, justice over convenience, truth over shame. Lisa texts me sometimes, photos of Emma, updates on her relationship. Emma asked about her dad yesterday, Lisa wrote last month. I told her he made bad choices, that she's not responsible for his actions. How did she take it? Better than expected. Kids are resilient. So are we. Yeah, we are. The wedding dress sits in my closet, still sealed in preservation. Some people say I should sell it, donate it, get rid of the reminder, but I keep it. Not as a monument to what was lost, as proof of what I survived, of what I refused to accept, of the day I chose myself over a lie. Marcus gets out next year, 20 months early for good behavior. Lisa is prepared, lawyers ready, custody restrictions filed. I have no legal connection to him anymore, but I'm ready to see him in public, ready for the awkward encounters, ready to feel nothing, because he's not my trauma anymore. Just a person who made terrible choices, who hurt people, who paid consequences, and who became irrelevant. My therapist asks sometimes, do you regret the wedding plan, the public confrontation? Never, I say, not for a second. Why? Because women are taught to suffer quietly, to protect men's reputations, to minimize our own pain. And you didn't. I didn't. I chose spectacle over silence, drama over dignity. Some would call that revenge. Some would call it justice. She smiles. I call it healing. Maybe it's all three. The revenge story that became a justice story that became a healing story. I'm 31 now, 3 years older, infinitely wiser, dating occasionally, cautiously, with boundaries like titanium walls, but dating, living, trusting, carefully. Last month, someone asked me out. Nice guy, engineer, transparent. Just so you know, I said on the first date, I have baggage. Everyone does. Mine is public. Googleable. Viral. He smiled. I know. I saw the video of the arrest. And you still asked me out? Because you're brave. Because you didn't let him win. We dated for 6 weeks. It didn't work out. Different goals. Different timelines. But it was healthy. Honest. Real. Progress. My father says I've changed. Become harder. Less trusting. Is that bad? I asked him. No. It's survival. Maybe he's right. I'm not the girl who believed Marcus's lies, who missed the red flags. I'm the woman who exposed him, who fought back, who rebuilt. And if that makes me harder, so be it. Soft didn't protect me. Strong did. The wedding that never happened taught me something essential. You can choose to be a victim or a victor. You can accept humiliation or create justice. You can hide or you can heal publicly. I chose the latter, every time. And I choose it again. Because Marcus Chen doesn't get to be the end of my story. He's barely even a chapter now. Just a footnote in the book of how I became unbreakable,